Hi, everybody. Welcome back to 85 Studios YouTube. So I took a hiatus last week from making a video, and I stated in my, if you looked on the channel and saw under the community tab there, I had made a statement where I was taking a mental health break. Here's the thing. I felt like I owed you guys a little bit more of an explanation for that. So here's what happened basically. The the situation is I have had issues with mental health for a very long time, as far as depression and anxiety goes. So what happens to me is I get so depressed and down and out in the winter in particular, when it's cold, and I feel like I don't even want to get up out of bed, let alone move, or do anything, or record anything, or have the energy to actually record any kind of video or content for anybody. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be known. So basically what happened was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. No, it's probably been about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. I went to the doctor and I was prescribed a new medication. It's an antidepressant. It's called Lexapro. And basically what it is, it's an SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. And they did warn me that what could happen is it could cause the anxiety and depression to get a little bit worse at first until it starts actually working, because it takes about maybe 2 to 3 weeks to start working. Well, I was fine with that as long as it started working. But here's the thing. When you go to take this medication and you think that it's going to help you, and you're told that it's going to take some time, and it may be worse in the time that you go to actually take it to the time that it starts getting better. You end up, you're like, okay, whatever I can do to help. Okay. So I start taking this, right? And I ended up with the depression that I had and the anxiety that I had before, increasing so badly to the point where I actually felt like it's just really hard to describe to anybody that hasn't experienced it before. It's really hard to explain. So basically what happened was that depression and that anxiety and that feeling like the entire world is caving in around you and there's nothing you can do about it, and all of these bad things, all these negative things at once are hitting you and you can't stop them. It was all at once and all on my shoulders, the stress, the anxiety, and the depression. And I started having what appeared to be, to me, the beginnings of a somewhat like a nervous breakdown type thing. And it started last probably Monday, and continued and continued and continued and continued and got worse and worse and worse and worse. And so I ended up basically just withdrawing from everything. And at that point, I was like, if I can't function at all, I mean, even to the point of not going to work anymore, not, making videos, because I record the videos on Wednesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, because those are my days off of work. And then I ended up, because like right now it's Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. But yeah, so basically I was to the point where I either took a break or I completely lost my entire, like, everything that is me, because I saw things just kind of starting to come unraveled to the point where I couldn't function anymore. I couldn't even think straight. I couldn't focus, I couldn't think, and I stopped eating, and I was drinking a little bit of water, but that was about it. And like, I just, I had nobody to talk to. Troy Boy was here, but I don't think he even realizes how bad it actually got before I kind of pulled myself out of it. And yesterday, I ended up getting on the bike and giving myself a little bit of what I call wind therapy, and going down to the river. You know, the river, from some of my other videos, that's my spot where I go to kind of de-stress and kind of relax and think about things, and, you know, talk to God a little bit, and prayer, and that kind of stuff, and meditate. And it really did help quite a bit. But I'm kind of to the point where um, the Lexapro is sort of working. It has kicked in a little bit, and I feel like a lot of the depression is situational, financial, and, you know, things like that. So, and then just like from my job point of view, I spoke to my supervisor about it, but I am so burned out on everything. I'm so tired of the way that things are. They're so mundane. It's the same thing every day, all the time. You get up, you go to work, you do the same thing, you come back out of it, you log out, and then you go to sleep, you know, maybe eat something, go to sleep. And for me, I mean, I'm also I'm a type 1 diabetic. I've got all this stuff going on too. You know, I'll show you my little kit here. I have yeah, all of this. All of this. I'm a type 1 diabetic, insulin dependent. So those two vials on the bottom, these are needles here. You inject it. These two are two types of insulin. These are test strips that go to this meter here. And then these are ketone strips. And then this is, where is it? This is a lancet where you stab your finger to get a blood draw, and you can test your blood sugars on that meter. So that I've had for about 15 years now, and it's gotten to the point where I used to be able to kind of relax a little bit. I used to drink a little bit of alcohol in order to relax, or smoke a cigarette, and I used to smoke cigarettes or cigars or whatever, and I get nicotine. But here recently, what ended up happening back in December was I ended up having some trouble with my vision, and I went into the doctor, and I found out that I had a hemorrhage in my macula in my right eye that was preventing me from being able to see to do my job. And then they told me flat out, they said that I have the beginning stages of peripheral, well, not only peripheral neuropathy, but it is retinal neuropathy, caused by type 1 diabetes and uncontrolled blood glucose levels, and that smoking was actually exacerbating the situation, because what it was doing was it was restricting, causing my blood vessels, the small blood vessels like capillaries and stuff that are in the eye, to constrict even further, which was preventing blood flow to both my retina, and I've also got some neuropathy in my toes and my feet. Now, type 1 diabetes is not the consequential one. It's the one that you're born with, usually. Type 1 diabetes is the one that well, it can come on later on in life, but not usually. Usually it's considered juvenile diabetes. So I don't believe that I had it when I was younger, but what ended up happening is I got very sick, and it was like a respiratory illness, if I remember correctly. It was out in Lakewood, Colorado, when I was going to college. I was about 19 years old, and up until that point, I was fine. No issues with blood glucose levels, nothing like that. But then after I started getting better and healing from that respiratory illness, and I remember it was really bad. I was on my back for probably almost almost a month. It was so bad. And I didn't smoke back then. So I had no idea what was causing it or what have you, anything about it. But what they discovered afterward when I went to go and I went to do a CDOT, which is Colorado Department of Transportation exam, so that I could put in an application to become a driver, truck driver. They discovered that I had sugar, and I had sugar and ketones, which ketones I'm not going to go into real deep, in-depth explanation of what ketones are, but basically they are toxins that are in your body that are flushed out through your urine, as well as glucose. If your blood glucose is so high that your body has no choice but to burn fat because you don't have insulin to be able to burn glucose, which is derived from sugar, the things that you eat, that everything has carbs and sugar in it. Well, not everything, but most things that give you energy. So then one of the major problems of this disease is it causes depression. It causes a feeling of hopelessness as well anyway. So I have that. I get that, like, because it's no cure for it. It's not like you can go on metformin and take a pill for it. You're constantly injecting yourself with needles and insulin, pretty much as many times as you eat per day, or you don't eat, and then you just end up, you have to have food in order to survive and stay alive. You have to eat, and you have to take insulin if you eat, because there's no way for that food to be turned into energy in your body if you don't take insulin, because obviously your body will burn your fat storage and then create ketones, which are toxic, destroys your kidneys, destroys mostly your kidneys. Your kidneys are very, very sensitive and very weak. But I got off on a tangent. Where was I? So that depression, as well as the financial stuff that I've been going through, as well as seasonal affective disorder, which hits me hard in the winter because of low light and all that. I mean, I've got the studio here, I've got all the lights here that kind of shine on me, but that's not the same as the sun. And even if you go out into the sun, you're going to be, your clouds are blocking it, and it's not in a good position in the winter to be able to make vitamin D and, feel better, So that contributed to it. It was really a combination of things. But the main takeaway, the most important part of that is, by the grace of God, guys, I am back. And I do apologize for not making a video for you last week. Ooh. I apologize. Stomach issues. But I do apologize for... Anyways, guys, I am back, and I do apologize for not making a video for you last week. I hope that you guys understand. Mental health is something that affects all of us in... it's just as important, if not more important, than physical health, because if you are not feeling well mentally and emotionally, then you are not going to be able to feel well. They go kind of hand in hand. You're not going to be able to be healthy physically if you are not emotionally healthy. And this has been something that I've been fighting for a lot of years, and I hope that you guys understand that there are going to have to be times when, if things are overwhelming for me, so that I don't go into a full-on mental breakdown, I will have to take a break occasionally from YouTube, even if it's maybe a couple of weeks or something like that. And like I say, I haven't even been going to work because I can't function. But Thursday, no, it's going to be Friday. I go back to work, and I'm going to try hard as I can to function at work, because I do feel a little bit better, like I say, after getting that little bit of wind therapy and doing the river walk kind of thing like I do sometimes. That really helps me with my stress, depression, and anxiety. And I really need to figure out another way of dealing with some of this stuff, and that way I'm not constantly just on the brink of the edge, you know. But anyway, with that said, there's probably about one more part of this game to play. There's probably about 4 levels. We've done about 3 episodes. Troy Boy's not here with me today, but we're going to go ahead and do the final episode of Concluse. And next week, I think there's another video here that I have picked out for us. It's called Passing Pineview Forest, which is supposed to be really scary. So join me for that. And hopefully it's not a real long game so that we have to make it multiple episodes. Hopefully it's a real short one. And next time I'll do a little bit of research to make sure that it's not like a super long game like this, because these long drawn out games like this, I want to finish them. I don't want to be a quitter, but it's just one of those things where it gets to the point where you just don't even want to play it anymore, because you feel like it's mundane, like it's the same thing over and over again. So I do apologize if it feels like that. I'm going to start releasing more different content. But like I say, our upload days Sunday, and we try to upload a video now every noon, Sunday Central Standard Time. So if you like our content, go ahead and leave us a like, comment on the video to help us with the algorithm, and definitely subscribe to the channel so that you can see more episodes and ring that bell for notifications, and we will get on with it. Let's party. I will stop yammering on and on and on, and then we can watch the video. You guys can watch the video. I'm going to play the game. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, so much for your understanding. I really, really appreciate you. All right. I'll see you at the end. Bye. What's this? They actually gave me a flashlight for once?
Oh, wow.
Wow, they gave me an actual flashlight. That's awesome. Oh, they gave me a flashlight, but then they took it away. Now it's all dark. Hey, look, no. Okay, can we back up?
There's no ladder. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Something is sitting on the sewer lid. Hey, laughing.
Bunch of party goers.
Hey, get off the lid.
Get your station wagon off that lid, man.
No, she's got a big butt and she won't get off. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, we found it.
Oh, there you go.
What's this? Take the lift?
Take a lift, yeah.
Yeah, let's take a lift. This place is... Whoa. This place is really effed up.
And the key.
It's hard to tell what happened here, but the remains of the body hang from a metal fence. The body appears to be covered in some sort of sludge. Looking at the face, you notice it's the old woman we saw sleeping on the subway car earlier. Oh yeah, in the beginning, that old lady that was sleeping in the subway car, she's beheaded.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, it's a shame she wasn't more headstrong. You use the dark generator. The generator comes to life. You can hear water draining into an area nearby.
Okay.
Are we gonna drown now? See what happens. A, B, and C. We already did C and we already did A. But we didn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
What are these anyway?
And your vent system's exhausted.
Divot box. Okay. So I'm on the other side now? everybody. So we seem to have lost our audio here. So if my words don't match my mouth here, then it's probably because this is audio is not it's recorded afterward. Yeah, we're at the highway gate here, and I can't figure out why this is not allowing me to get through this gate. I have the highway key, so we're just going to turn around here and see if maybe we can get through that way. Yeah, that's that body that we saw in the previously on Concluse. I don't know what that's about. It doesn't really say. You guys are not going to have game audio here either. Just a heads up. So what ended up happening was I played the game and I had voice mod on, and it was supposed to give me a little bit more bass in my voice, and it turned out that it was on some synthesizer that I checked it. It actually didn't, it was set up right, and then all of a sudden it wasn't set up right. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, this is really weird. It's like I can't get through that gate, and I don't know why. That's so weird. But rather than the auto-tune EVO that it was set to, I'm just going to do ADR over it. I'm not going back through to play the game again because it took about 4 hours to do this, and I just didn't have... I don't have enough time, guys. I don't have enough time. I only get 2 days off. It is Thursday right now, 4/6/2023. I have to be back at work on 4/7/2023. All right. So I'm just going to voice over it. So we're at the Cordova National Park Service. So there's another save point for me. And I also noticed that, do you see that second Sewers Michael? I had just created that because I discovered that there was not a save point. So what I ended up doing was replaying the entire level that we did on part 3 just to get through it, just basically speed running it. So once you've done it a few times, it basically it's the exact same thing, so you can get through it pretty quickly. I ended up doing that probably 4 times because the first time my computer locked up on me. The second time I had to restart the computer because it was being dumb. Windows 11 stuff. It's pretty typical. But yeah, so there's another key I found. I can't remember what that one said it was. I think that's the utility room key. And then I can't read that note because, I'm trying to read it, but I cannot read it. It's not likely. I did find that if you first go into the game and you hit options, you do have the option for 1080p, which this monitor is a 1080p monitor, but it reverts back to, I think, like 320, and then I stretch it, so that's why the text looks garbage. Bus. Yeah, the bus's headlights are on, and I have no idea what that's all about. It doesn't really... You don't do anything with the bus. It's smoking. It looks like it's crashed. I'm assuming that tar monster had something to do with it. The gargoyle? I don't know. Yeah. That's pretty weird. We'll just continue on down the road here. See what's going on with it. Utility room. There's the utility room. We got the key for. Okay, we got a can of diesel. And there's a note here. Can't really see the screen here. I'm gonna pop up here and but yeah, there's a little bit of foul language in that note, just be aware of that. But yeah. So apparently what happened was he left the plow on the side of the road, and some jerks filled the tank with sand. And his note says basically he needs to put diesel in it and prime it and then it'll work. There's not much diesel left though, so hopefully we can get this thing going. Game audio, because we have no game audio at this point, because the game audio recorded on the same track as the voice, and I can't use the voice because you guys won't be able to understand me. Calling Carolyn. And there's no answer. So it's just it rings and rings and rings, but nobody picks up. I don't think we ever did get Caroline to pick up at all. I am assuming that she is either dead or incapacitated in some way where she can't get to her phone. Or when she crossed over into this other world, it might be possible that she ended up leaving her phone behind, maybe, somewhere. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Now, there is a Concluse Part 2 that might tell us a little bit more about that. There's that bus again. Oh, yeah, we got to go to the plow. Yeah, there it is. That's the plow. Okay, so we had to, we had to put the fuel in, and there's not very much diesel left, but we went ahead and put it in there, and then on the other side, there wasn't much left to put it in, but in the can, oh my gosh, I'm just going to stop trying to read it very fast. It's better to read it in real time. There's the primer, big red button, and a screw, and that was outlined in the note, so that's the bleed screw to get the air out of the line, and push the primer button, keep priming it. Having refueled, but guess what? We forgot something. We don't have a key to the plow, so we got to go get the key to the plow. I totally didn't even think about the plow possibly being locked since it's sitting on the side of the road like this. It's just not even a thing. All right, so I'm trying to get in the plow here and cannot get in the plow because I don't have a key to the cab. Hopefully I can match my enthusiasm that I had during the game. It wasn't much because I got tired of playing this game after a while. But I'm playing it for you guys. Everything I do on the channel is for you guys. If you guys like the videos, then let me know. If you don't like them, then definitely let me know that too. And if you have any suggestions, definitely comment down below and let me know. Because I definitely could use some input from you guys, because this is your channel and I made this channel for you guys. So you guys give me tips as to what you want to see, and I will try my best to fulfill those. That just sounds weird. The word I was thinking of, fantasies. Not even close, guys. I'm not here to fulfill your fantasies. Oh, hey, there's a key. Ew, it's in the toilet, and look, there's brown sludge. Well, I'll tell you what, once you've been in the sewers and you've been covered in brown sludge, I'm sure that reaching into a toilet is no big deal. In fact, it's probably cleaner. It's disgusting, but still, I mean, yeah. Ew. So after I played this, I got interested and curious to see if there was anything that I missed. So I went through and I watched some other walkthroughs of this game. And if you take the boat that goes back to Cordova, well, you're not there yet. See, there's an achievement get. I don't know. Yeah, if you go back to Cordova, you take the other boat back to Cordova, then you go back in the sewers. There is something there where you can actually, I think it defeats the monster, but I'm not really sure. It's using the moonstones, I believe, that we used to, I'm getting ahead of myself here. See, this is what happens when I'm not narrating as I'm playing, because I've seen the game already. I'm really bad about that. Sapphire girl. My puppy. What you do? What you do? I love my dog. Oh, highway walk. Use the plow to move the tree. It runs out of gas just as you finish. Okay. Well, at least it moved the tree. I don't see how or why you would not be able to step over a tree, but it's part of the game, so we're trying to figure out what we need to do here. Oh, there's a herb. I gotta get some herb, but I can't get to it from there. So I'm gonna go around and let's see if we can get to it this way. Oh, there's a phone. I'm not gonna call anybody on that one. I think I already did. I just used up a quarter. It doesn't do anything. Okay. There we go. Picked up the herb number 5. Herb number 5. You guys are probably too young to remember it. It was weird. Back in the mid to late 90s. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. That ramp is there intentionally. It's so weird. Ah, there we go. Coming back into unfamiliar territory here. Welcome to hell. Yeah. He says, there's a voiceover there. He says, Carolyn, if you're here, I'm going to find you. But we don't hear that because VoiceMod decided that it wanted to be jacked and do some stupid stuff with my audio. And this is just kind of sad. VoiceMod, every time a device gets disconnected, which it randomly disconnects from my mixing board here, it changes it over to this stupid I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, this one. So the entire video would have been this.
The entire video would have been this. If I would have left the audio as it was, this is the audio that it would have sounded like, as opposed to this one, which is the actual voice enhancer, which gives me a little bit more depth in my voice and helps me.
You can't understand me with that one. You can't understand me with that one at all. But yeah, instead of Lil Mod, which it keeps switching to, that's the musical one that you were just hearing. The entire video audio would have sounded like that, my voice the entire time. So yeah, you cannot understand me at all, and I sound like I'm singing some kind of stupid song that VoiceMod has picked out for me randomly to sing, and for no reason. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing the ADR, is because I'm not. Yeah. I'm not going to have my audio sound like that. We can just eject the game audio in exchange for the audio of my voice sounding somewhat clear, as opposed to that crap. The entire video, I cut and I stopped the video, and then I started making another video. There's 2 videos in this that are actually for the gameplay, and both of them are the same type of thing. That little mod, which for no reason We got a train. I don't know if you can hear it. Probably. And voice mod does that randomly. It does it randomly. I hate it. I can't stand it. You pay money for a program. You pay for a lifetime license for a program. And I think it was like $40 or $80, something like that. And it doesn't work. Or it randomly works. Or it chooses to randomly glitch out. And there's no reason for it. It's just ridiculous. So I'm a little bit PO'd at voice mod for that. Yeah, see, that's the boat that we would have taken to get back to Cordova to do the thing that we were supposed to do. But yeah, we can't really do it now because we basically missed that part of the mission. We didn't do it. I mean, we could go back and do it from a save point, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm over this game, guys. I really am. I played it for 4 weeks in a row. Yeah, kind of tired of it. We'll go passing Pine View Forest, which I hear is supposed to be really scary. Passing Pine View Forest, and it's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be about aliens, I guess, or something like that. Creepy. Creepy, creepy. I don't know. Because voice mod is one of those things where if it's working properly, it makes your voice sound good, and it has noise cancellation and stuff like that. See, like, right now, my dumbass neighbor, with his loud ass Cadillac, so you're probably not hearing too much of that with the noise cancellation. There's another walnut. Oh, this is really weird. Said a crack inside. Okay, reveals a strange gem. You try to crack it open yourself, but it's too difficult. You picked up a walnut. Okay, so this is really weird, and I've learned by now that you can use the axe to crack the walnuts, but when I go to crack this one, I find an error. Path closed due to avalanche. Yeah. See, there you go. That right there is a prime example of the train operators here, the engineers that run the trains. They have to blow their horn every 5 seconds as they're going through town. And even though I'm in a sound studio, you're going to hear it because not only is the train shaking the ground, but they blow their horn every 5 seconds and multiple times. See, there you go, revealing an error. See, I don't know what an error is. You picked up error. What do you use the error for? That's strange. I think that that's some kind of weird. I don't. It couldn't be a glitch. It couldn't be. That's the weirdest thing. Yeah, I don't really know on that front. That's really strange. But yeah, that's the way we play these games. We just kind of hammer them out. The video would be really long if there weren't a lot of cuts in it. But yeah, you hear that train horn? Yeah, he can't stop tugging his chain there long enough to, give me 5 seconds of peace. Yeah, and this is all day thing. I need to move. I'm so tired of the train horns. I'm so tired of the trains. There you go. Yeah, and of course your vision is just blocked. It's a dot. This game is so dark. Oh, hey, a briefcase. It's frozen in the black muck. You try to pull it out, it won't move. The case is locked. 3 gem-like indents seem to be or some type of security mechanism. You place a moonstone into one of the indents. It perfect fit. There are still 2 small. You place a moonstone. Okay. Yeah. Briefcase pops open, revealing a cabin key. Okay, so now we got a cabin key. So now we just got to find the cabin, wherever that went. Oh yeah, it's across the dock. Okay, so this is the ending with the game audio that I actually managed to find online. It's from a channel called Emulator772. It's got all the cutscenes. Special thank you to Emulator772, and I'll link you in the description. Thank you so much for your help there, because we lost all the audio on this. Oh, there's our good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. I love dogs, guys. Anything to do with dogs, dogs and horses, they are my favorite animals in the entire world. But yeah.
Caroline, could you really be here?
Yeah.
Living in a place like this?
This is your cutscene for
What have you been doing since you disappeared?
the ending here with the credits. And again, this is all in ADR, so this is actually what was recorded off of his or their YouTube channel that they recorded. They recorded all the cutscenes for us, and I just recorded, or I just grabbed a copy or what was left of this cutscene. This is the ending cutscene that they recorded. This is the same one that I got, but without audio, it just does not do it justice at all.
It doesn't matter now. I'm getting you out of this nightmare world, even if it kills me.
And I love the music in this game too. It's absolutely amazing. They actually went through and they had composers that actually composed, wrote, and played these songs, and it's just really cool. There's your voice cast: Jared Baman, Christina Nichols as Beth. I don't think I ever heard Carolyn's voice in this entire thing, but at some point, see, there you go, there's all your songs. At some point, I guess you were supposed to find one of these phones, and one of the phones actually did have her voice on it, saying something like "come get me" or something like that, but I didn't get that scene, so I don't really know. Like I say, after I finished playing the game, I looked at a couple of walkthroughs of the game, and between finishing playing it and editing it, I actually saw that I had missed quite a bit of stuff. So at some point, if you guys want to, oh, and this is cool. I thought it was really cool. There's like this theater, yeah, that, I don't know. And there's a baby with a knife. It's so weird. Listen. Yeah. See? A baby with a knife. I don't know what that's all about either. There is a part 2. It is out. I don't know if it costs money or if we can play it or what have you. But we won't play it for probably a long time on the channel because we just played this one and it was like a 4-part series. So just really way too long, you know.
All that is left of Gardo is the intense winds and weather system the kingdom was
Wow.
known for. This is the memorial
Yeah, I have
site
no
for
idea
the fallen kingdom
on
of
some of this
Gardo.
stuff.
Once a bustling,
But I love the
stylish,
music.
and
I
advanced
love the music.
society, Gardo was brought to its knees when its manifold collapsed and the substance was allowed
That's
to
the
flow
coolest
into this
thing ever.
world. In a matter of days, the entire kingdom and its inhabitants were infected, and the decision was made to shutter the kingdom completely. All that is left
But
of Gardo is the
anyway,
intense winds and
thank
weather
you all
system
so
the
much for
kingdom was
watching.
known for.
Be sure to like,
This
comment,
is the
and
memorial
subscribe to the
site
channel.
for the fallen
And
kingdom
if you
of
haven't
Gardo.
already, ring that bell
Once
for
a bustling,
notifications when we are
stylish,
live.
and
And if you miss a
advanced
video
society,
every
Gardo
Sunday
was
at
brought to
noon,
its knees
check us
when
out.
its manifold
Take care for now, everybody. Bye.